originally in English, 2021.
Sister Aneeka, I have some questions about Puma Punku. What is it? What was it? I have researched it a lot, but I would like your info, sister. It is for sure the only megalithic structure they cannot explain away, and they cannot duplicate it.
Of course they cannot. Old starbase Federation, multiple races. Later inhabited by humans who venerated the Federation members as creator gods. Same as in so many places in the world. The stones are cut with sound and gravity. Earth civilization is still at the level of using fire. They burn everything to get energy. Burn, burn, burn. Federation races use gravity and magnetics, but humans still can't even understand what the heck gravity is. We cannot understand each other. As a starbase, it has been attacked multiple times, has been pillaged for hundreds of years. Many a civilization has established roots in that place. They have come and go, so we're not looking at only one culture, but several layer over layer there. The place is filled with portal locations, and even star maps and portal maps to the sun and how to open them, and also with what you need to reach the portals and when they open, how to open them. I have detailed files on that.
Wow, I would really be interested in that. There is so little left of the original ruins.
Most important structure.
Gate of the Sun, Viracocha.
Solar gate, better said. Instructions to use the solar portal.
Can you tell me how old it is, or when it was established, and how it was destroyed?
Officially, it is like 1500 years old. From the point of view of the last human cultures, there it may be true, but there are settlers even now, so that is relative.
Yes, just some native peoples. In the Altiplano location, I believe. It is very high up and above the tree line, unofficially.
The ET structure is 12,000 years old. Federation archives.
That's more like it, 12,000 years.
For example, Machu Picchu is as old as Atlantis and was part of the same civilization, probably 15,000 plus years old. It is Atlantis or part of Atlantis. Federation archives.
And so it was in use before or during the war?
It was.
That is very good to know, that Machu Picchu is also another of these places. I am drawn to it too.
Again, other settlers have been there, making it difficult to date for human science and their useless carbon-14. That is terrible. Don't use carbon-14. Couldn't be more inexact. And something worse, when you go further back, it becomes even more difficult to date, because we enter the realm of 5D Earth. And time in 5D is funny, if you know what I mean. So, all the readings are vastly inaccurate.
So can you tell me another method of dating that is within humanity's capability?
I can't at this time. Probably beyond their science and irrelevant from the more expanded point of view.
Okay, so please tell me if I'm painting the picture correctly. I see that Machu Picchu and Puma Punku were essentially around the same time.
Machu Picchu is older, by like 3,000 years.
Really? Wow. So it was not Incan.
Sumerian. Same door. Notice the winged symbol above the door. The portal.
So who built Machu Picchu?
Who? The Usangal reptilians built Machu Picchu, but for their followers, their people. Humans, Adamic race, so-called Anunnaki, but that is a vague term we should no longer use. Anunnaki is not correct. It refers to all star races in general, even Taigetan, but with a heavy inclination towards reptilian races, invasive ones. This only valid within the Sumerian tablets that state one truth, not the truth. People use it as the creator race that made humankind genetically modifying existing humanoids. The Sumerian tablets do say that, but it is still a load of rubbish. If it is old, does not mean it is true.
That is why I do not reference or really believe in Sitchin's work with the Sumerian tablets and the Anunnaki. I think he was misled. I think they were faked or planted.
Especially when they had a very good reason to write that, to control the people. It is the foundation of the Bible, Old Testament, and written by the same people as in race and culture. This means the sun. The hair is meaning you need computing power, lots of it. It is holding two birds, not snakes, but they mean winged snakes. Winged snakes, as in Quetzalcoatl, are not something intangible and just myth. This is what it really is. A starship, ionizing hall. They're thinking people of old were savages. They were far more advanced than them than today. They don't see what is there. It is all encoded in geometry all over Tiahuanaco, all over Giza. This reads, in order to use the solar portal, you need to be in the exact star date where the sun comes in this door. You need starship technology, and you need to control it with high-power computers. What solar portal? Look! It opens in the exact date that the solar gate in Tiahuanaco indicates. The human researchers are not thinking like ET. This is why so many cultures have solar doorways and rectangular.
Oh my God, that is so fantastic. Thank you, Sister Aneeka.
What's that pink photo? And yellow?
Sun in calcium light. Also sun with a filter.
Okay, thanks, Dale. Interjection from another conversation with Yaski. When was Tiahuanaco built? Was it built as a part of Atlantean civilization? Who built it?
Anunnaki built it. You can also say it was Sumerians. The same Anunnaki that were in Sumeria at that time. Remember, this was not in one time, but through a large span of time, overlapping Atlantean with post-Atlantean, post-flood, global civilization. One of the oldest sites in South America, much older than what it is officially said to be. Related to the Nazca Line spaceport and dump below. Also related to Machu Picchu. Titicaca Lake has more remnants underwater, more of the town.
Back to the conversation with Aneeka.
Again, the same door with the same symbol above it, this time in Mexico.
What's that black square above, Anne?
The portal is seen from a telescope. All the cultures were connected. They are the same one. All the differences you see are only regional. Cultural expressions of the same knowledge. The sun is not a thermonuclear ball, as they say, by the way. It is gravity, magnetics energy from the ether part of a transit system, black holes, solar portals, all connected like an interstellar etherical subway train system.
I believe they have seen or have some photos of ships passing in and out of the portals.
Yes, Dale, the sun is a highly transited zone. This last one is interesting. The sphere is not that large. What you're seeing here is the electromagnetic bubble or cocoon from a large biosphere ship exiting the solar portal. Probably Andromedan or Arcturian. A ship has a shield, and that is a toroid. And it is vastly bigger than the ship itself. Well-known image. They are seeing the bubble, not the ship itself. They cannot interpret what they see because they lack the data, the knowledge. They only can see what is in their field of perception. No one can see outside their own understanding and level of awareness.
Yes, so-called Enterprise warp bubble. But actually, all our ships have the toroidal bubble, right?
All our ships have them, yes, warp bubble. But that is wrong, because the word warp comes from bend, as in bending time-space, and it is part of Einstein's theory of general relativity. This from a curved space theory, 1905. Nothing bends, nothing warps. We frequency jump, manipulating gravity. Space does not bend. That is relativity, and it is self-contained mathematical universe that does not reflect the real world. So, we do not use warp for our ships. We use superluminar or jumps or hyperspace.
I understand, Sister Aneeka. I was just quoting the so-called Star Trek explanation. I do thank you, however, for making it perfectly clear. One last thing on this. You may have said it, but I missed it. Who made Machu Picchu?
The people of the Usungal, as Parks calls them. Want the real names in Taigetan?
Yes, please.
Naasha'i reptilians. Naasha'i Walachi Yiyani Usungal. Naasha'i Bikagi Nitlisi Kingu. Nat Aani Naasha'i Alpha Draco. Na Aasha'i Draco. Taigetan language, but also used by Federation in a large scale.
Wow! And Taigetans? How do you say that?
Yagahukanbi Olunigi. Yagahukanbi Olunigi Shike.
Why so long?
Junae Shike, for short. Translation. We are the vibrant inhabitants of Taigeta, the people. Something like that, not word by word.
Now, if I could only say it correctly.
Junae Shike equals Taigeta-san people. Also heavily related to Navajo, as it is a humanized linear Taigetan. I have no idea how accurate.
Another conversation.
Can we discuss the Parakus, Peru, elongated skull humanoids? Are they ET or just another branch of humanity?
They are ET. They are Asterope Elohi branch. Not all Elohi have elongated skulls. On Earth, they're called Homo capensis. DNA, all species based on carbon, will have a large percentage of DNA that is the same apparently. So even many of the Zeta Grays will come in with a 90% plus DNA equivalent with human. This is because human is also a stellar race. Complicated here. But then, the way people on Earth interpret the data is biased towards Darwinian evolution, wrongly so. Check Lloyd Pye's star child. That is not a human child with a hydrocephalus skull. You have there an adult Zeta Gray skull, no less. Not a hybrid either. They must know that there are at least 160 different species of grays. That skull comes from only one of them. Come on, even the bone is different. Different bone configuration as well.
And is it known what happened to the Neanderthal man?
Humans and humanoids come from very ancient times. The oldest records are from the Lyrians, about 1 million linear Earth years ago. Those records state, however, that they immigrated there from other places in the galaxy long before the Lyrian Vega star times. This means that humans in general are very old as a species and dwell all over the galaxy, to the point where even we cannot determine from where we came. But for Tibetan science, we do not start as a group of species anywhere. We are all sprang at the same time from source, and we are as old as time. The concept of always has been and infinity is hard to grasp for humans. But it is only their arrogance that stops them from seeing that they cannot know it all. They are not equipped to understand certain concepts. If space is infinite, so is time, as they come hand in hand. Therefore, time never began and will never finish. Concepts like the Big Bang are only imposed on humanity for esoteric ritualistic reasons, as in the Yahweh, and Yahweh is a big creative explosion. No Big Bang ever occurred. That is more as through theology. There are at least 400,000 humanoid species in this quadrant of space alone. All can pass for humans easily.